What is up, guys? It's your boy Jay-Z Bottom Lip, and today we're going to be talking about how to counter Havik. I also want to let you guys know there aren't going to be a lot of things that you're going to be able to punish or expose this character of, because he is a great character. The only thing that I think he needs is probably a down one, 6 frames, and I also think he needs to be able to gel off a back forward one a little more and be a little more safe as far as like -1 plus on block and so on and so forth. I think that's the only thing he needs to be able to be considered a real harassed character. He's really good at doing such. He's also able to create mind games, and that's with your composure. So he's more or less a knowledge check character, but his play style is more brute force harasser type, in my opinion. And the reason being is because he does really well full screen, but he also does insanely well up close because of due to the plus frames and his buttons as well. Anyway, let's get right into this video. Now with Havik has a few strings that you're able to basically duck him off of. I know a lot of Havik players, won't say their names, but there are a few Havik players. I'll say a few. There's a few Havik players that I watched and I see them do certain things, and I'm like, people are getting away with this. And I know a lot of things that a lot of people get away with, but this one in particular is very important to understand. Why? Because this will help you out in the long run. This will also create his flowchart a little differently, and he's going to be able to play the layers with you. So with that being said, this string in particular right here, you can actually punish this with this by just pressing a button. That is not real at all. There's 2 different ways that you're able to punish this move, and also a few other moves that's similar to this is that you can use a high to punish him, or you can actually duck it. When it comes around his back, you're able to press a button and you'll be able to get a full combo. And the reason why you want to do it both ways is because it allows you to react in a way where you're like, okay, whoa, all right, I see what he's doing. Or if you feel like you reacted too late and he's playing the layer with you, you can also just wait until you see it, and then you can just punish it. But the timing is really strict, and I recommend labbing it. I'm not going to sit here and lab it for you, but I recommend labbing it. Also too, you can also down to it and get a full combo off of that as well. With the new system, as far as like uppercut and then keep pressuring, it's really good if he decides to do this into cameo. I'm not going to show you guys that because I'm not really here to show you cameo, but I am going to show you one thing with cameo, and that would be it. Another string that he does that catches people sometimes is this. This is not real. You can actually press there, and also, like I said, you can wait till it goes around his back and then you can punish it as well. He has a few strings like this. I believe this is another one. You can press off of that. You can also do neutral dunk, and you can go right into buttons as well. He does have a few of them that he can also gel off of, like this one in particular. You cannot press off of this, and the reason why you're not able to press off this is because the second hit is an overhead, which makes you stand regardless of the fact, and since it makes you stand regardless of the fact, you have to eat all of this. So you can't neutral dunk right here at all. It won't let you. So since it gels off of this, it's -3. So for all the Havik players that are watching this, I recommend, rather than doing this string, like when you do this full string right here, even though it's -5, I recommend doing the other string, which is this, because it leaves you -3, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, -3. And you have more time to actually backdash if your opponent wanted to match there. So like if I did this string right here and I backed up, my opponent won't be able to press, and I'll get a punish for it. Another string that he can gel off, let me see something. I think that's the only string he can gel off. I think this one you can duck. Let me see something. Yeah, you can duck this one. See if I can get it. Yeah, so you can duck this one, but this one in particular is weird because you cannot press off of this one. Like you can't just like press. That's why I was showing you guys 2 different ways that you're able to punish this one, because if he does throw it out, you actually have a slight second to actually react to it, duck it, and then punish it. Another thing too that I don't think a lot of Haviks do this one. They do it sometimes. It's really rare, but they'll do it sometimes. This right here is not real at all. You can just duck this. You can also just punish it as well. After he's done, you can just uppercut him, and then you get a full combo off of it if he decides to call his cameo. Like I said, it doesn't work, and then you can just get a punish off of it. None of his strings actually gel off of it except for this string. This string right here gels into this, so for all you Havik players, I recommend using it in that way. But also be careful, because he can actually duck this. I'm not sure a lot of other characters can do it, but he can duck it in particular, and I'll show you what I mean. Right there, he ducked it, so it didn't gel all the way through. and he got a full combo off of it. So just be careful with it. If you're gonna call cameo just a little earlier, depending on which one you're gonna use, just so he can't be able to duck off of it. But he can actually duck off it while you are doing it. Like while you're doing all this, he can duck this. So be careful with that. So sometimes like Goro won't be able to jail and so on and so forth. Let's see, what else do I want to show you guys? I wanted to show you guys something with cameo. This right here is not real at all. Since they made it plus, it's more slower and it does not jail. Now, as far as in like 2-2, I'm pretty sure it may jail. Let's see. Yeah, this one jails. 2-2 is a really good string. It's probably my favorite string with Havik. It's like strong as hell. Basically, it's going to gel into anything that you want. So if you're going to be playing Havik, and if you're watching Havik as a Havik player, I said anyway, if you're watching this and you're a Havik player, I recommend using 2-2 to start most of your pressure and some of your gimmicks and mind games as well. Let's see, what else do I have for you? There is a few things that Haviks like to do, and this is more or less not really a exploit or anything like this. This is really understanding how Havik plays and how to capitalize off of his ways. And that is when Havik does certain strings, he's going to back up off of it into back 2-2. Because of back 2-2 being slow, he's never going to be able to do something like this and then try to do forward 2. He's going to back up slightly just because most times people are going to want to poke. So he'll do a string. He'll do a string, right? So he'll do something like this, back up into 2-2, and you'll see what happens. I'm going to poke, and I'm going to get punished for it. I'm trying to do it as quick as possible because I'm doing it by myself. See that? He punished me. So just be careful because he'll do stand 2, he'll do stand 1, he'll even do 2, not 2-2. He'll do something like this that's plus, and then from there you're gonna want to like press a button. He's gonna back up slightly, or he might even use 4-4. Just be careful. Most of the time when you're fighting against Havik, he does certain staggers. You just want to back up against this character and reset neutral. Why? Because this is what happens. He'll do this, he'll back up, right? So we understand that you'll poke right here, right? You poke and you'll get punished. So play the layer with him, right? And the layer looks like this. I'll show you. Hold on, I suck. And then you'll punish him. And you'll go from there with it. And it's the same way with all his staggers. Just pay attention to him because most of the time he's going to want to be mashing. He'll even do things like this a lot of times in your face. But as a Johnny player, you can just punish it. So you don't have to worry about it. Also, too, if you're going to be playing against Havik and he does that, use a down forward to counter him with it because he can't really do anything after it. And I'll show you what I mean. So if he does this string right, you can also do it back to him. I think Johnny just has a really bad down forward. But if you have a really good down forward, you can actually just punish him or take your turn back where he can't be able to jump, backdash, and so on and so forth. Since this move is considered airborne, you can actually poke out of it at certain ranges. So I'm going to do this real quick, show you, and then I'm going to do this string, right? See that? See how I just hit him out of it? So just be careful. Most of the times people don't get combos off of it, but they can poke you out of it. So just be careful. Most times people are mashing as a Havik player, but if you are playing against Havik, you can actually mash against him in certain instincts. Just be a little careful and be aware of how he's playing against you. Another thing too is his wake up. Everybody knows about his wake up. I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping so. You can actually, there's actually 3 different ways that you can punish this. You can neutral jump it. You can actually go behind him and you can get a full combo off that as well. You can even get a neutral jump as well, and then you can punish him. Oh, there you go. And you can punish him that way. You can also flaws block it. I'll show you how to flaws block it. You can flaws block it, and then the third way, because I told you the 3 ways that you can punish it, using neutral jump, you can actually jump over him and you can get a combo, or you can back up and then punch him for it as well. So there's actually 3 ways, but you also have 4 ways, which is flaws blocking, and the flaws blocking way is my favorite because it tests your reaction as a player and you'll be able to get a full combo off that. And then if you do flaws block it, you can also get a off of it where you can down to it and then you get a combo from there as well. See what else do I have for you guys. I want to say that's about it. Most of the times you're just going to be seeing Havik do like sweep a lot, just like Gears does. He's going to be able to be spacing off of this, but you can just play off your down 4. You can actually just walk in and then back up and then bait him, because most times if he wants to take his turn back, it's going to result to him doing this. He's never going to do this to stay his turn, but maybe he will. But honestly, most Haviks will take their turn back with back 2-2. They also use down 4 a lot, and if they hit you on hit, they're going to dash up to 1-2 or 1-1, something that's going to cause them to be plus. And if they want to shimmy you, create mind games, they're going to use 4-4. That's really about it with Havik. I don't want to make this video too long, but I just wanted to show you guys a few things that you can actually punish him and how to exploit him in certain ways. There's also a few other ways that I'm not going to talk about, because I expect you guys to go do the labbing, and you'll find other things that you can do against this character with Cameo. I'll give you a hint, but with Cameo you can find other things as well. But that's about it I got for this video, guys. Didn't want to make it too long. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments, as always, you guys can leave them in the comment below, or you can join the Discord and I'll make sure that I answer them completely. Now, when you join the Discord, make sure that you get ranked before I'll be able to speak to you, because I'm usually busy or I'm speaking to a lot of other players as well. And I maintain and I prioritize the players that are ranked in my Discord, because I know they take the game a little more seriously. So I make sure that I help them first. Anyways, again, I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. It's your boy Jay-Z.